Oh, hello.
Hi there. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. It's cold. What
Good to
happened?
hear. Yeah, it got really cold
It
today.
did.
I get
And
out with the shirt, with the
oh,
regular shirt, and then I had to come back to put a sweater.
I know. I've got on my official Zoom shirt. This is pitiful. It's hanging on the door, and I put it on for Zoom calls because it shows up good no matter what. But I'm not
Yes.
using a. I've moved downstairs because upstairs I was getting low bandwidth all the time. Because I was getting low bandwidth all the time upstairs, and it was kind of it didn't look good. So now I'm
Yeah.
downstairs in the den, and I don't need a virtual background here because the background's okay. So whatever.
Yeah, the
We'll see
background is
if it
good.
goes better. At
Yeah,
any
it
rate,
looks good.
but the downside is the dogs are in the room next door.
Oh, okay.
It's possible we could hear them. They might pipe in. They just had dinner, so they're probably okay.
They're good.
Yeah. Y'all ready for the test tomorrow?
Somewhat, yes.
That's a somewhat. Okay. We'll see who gets here. We'll give them a few minutes to get here. What I don't, yeah, where's my clock? Oh, 8:01. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has been. All of a sudden, it just turned off cold and cloudy and yucky and just
Yeah.
kind of want to stay home. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. Have you gotten on there and tried any of these exercises? How are you doing with Mind Tap?
With my tab, I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah, I was working on it yesterday. I just have like two homeworks to do.
Good. The thing is, the problems, I really like Mind Tap. The problems in Mind Tap mirror the end of chapter problems. The end of chapter problems look like the test bank problems, which is what's on the test.
What's some? Yeah.
Because that's how we create the test in Blackboard is because you upload the test bank. That's how you do it.
Yes.
So in MindTap, it's really good because they really do all go together. So it worked out nicely.
Yeah, it helps you a lot with the tests.
Good. We'll give it another couple of minutes and then we'll get started. I'm going to do review set number 2 tonight, which looks a lot like review set number 1.
Okay. Yeah.
But this is what the problems on the test look like. I mean, here it is. So,
Yeah.
yep.
What?
Oh, is this your first semester at Ole Miss? Is this your first?
Uh, yes, I just started. I transferred from Northwest.
You're doing okay with it. You're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing just
So
fine.
sometimes that first semester, and we're not there. We're not there.
Yeah, yeah. I actually took like online on at Northwest, and I was like, no, online is not for me. I'm gonna try traditional.
And here
And
you
so
are.
all of a sudden, all of them had to be online. I was like, no, not me.
No, please. Yeah. We've already picked for spring what we're going to do. Faculty get to choose,
Oh, what
and
do y'all choose?
we get to choose face to face, hybrid, which is partially face to face, partially Zoom, remote, which is Zoom and online, or online.
Yes.
So, and there's a lot of pressure to do more, as much face to face as possible, or as much synchronous as possible. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Um, Up here, we're going to be remote, which will be Zoom, which
Zoom.
I'm not crazy about, but it's Zoom has a date and a time. So if you have class at 4:30, we'll be on Zoom at 4:30
You
and
have
we'll
to
do
meet
it.
with. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of thinking that's going to be better.
Yeah, it could be a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, I'm not crazy about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's tough times right now.
Yeah. They don't, our dean said he didn't really expect normality until next fall.
Next, yeah,
That's not very positive, but you know, at least we've gotten a little more used to how it works now. So,
yeah, yeah.
and we
That's
got a
that's
lot of
for sure.
tools. So, yeah. So I don't know. It looks like it may be the three of us. It's four after. So I am going to go share my screen if I can find my screen. That's the solutions. That's not what I want. I want this one right here. Share my screen. Okay. And I'm going to put this down to the bottom. Come on. Why are you not? There we go. Okay. put that down there. Okay. Here's the thing about this type of problem on the test. If this were a hard copy test where we were in the classroom doing it, I would give you a table that looked like this to work from. You're not going to have that because it's in Blackboard. So you're going to have to know when it gives you this data and ask you for the expected return and standard deviation, you need to know that that's how you do it to set up the table. So we'll go through and do it just like we did before. We're doing this formula. This is color coded, this formula right here. Anytime you have weighted average, it's going to be multiply. I need a keypad. That's all I have to say. There. Just multiply across.
Yes.
And add down. Whoops, I don't want to chat. I want this right here. Auto sum. There you go. Expected return. That expected return is that expected return right there. Now, when you get over here, this is when order of operations gets important. We're going to do what's inside the parens first, the deviation. These are not labeled, but I'll label it now, deviation. So I want that return minus the overall expected return. And I get to cheat because I'm in Excel and I can freeze it. Yeah, I know.
But not us, because we have to.
Yeah, you have to do it by hand. And I am sorry. Believe me, we all wish we could do this with Excel. But think about it. If we were live, we'd have to be in a computer lab.
Yeah.
IT gets first shot at all the computer labs. If we're not live, then we have to require everybody to have a computer with Excel.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're kind of caught. Okay, there's the deviation. Now I'm going to do deviation squared. So all I'm going to do is square these guys. Where is that? Raised to the square. There we go. I really need a keypad. In the other room, I have a big computer with 2 screens and it's a gaming keyboard.
A gaming keyboard.
I don't game. Let me tell you what it is. I don't game, but I didn't realize that the gaming keyboard has got the full size keys with the click. They're not the little chiclet keys.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, I love this thing. I mean, I absolutely adore it. It is, and it's got all these setups and these things you can do and have different colors for games. I don't want any of that. I just want the feel of the keys.
The feel.
Oh, it is
It's
fantastic.
just perfect.
It is. Our IT lady at DeSoto told me about it. She does game. She is a gamer. And she said, what you need is a gaming keyboard. And I went over to Best Buy in South Haven and went, oh my God, this thing is awesome. And I didn't realize those keyboards cost like hundreds of dollars. I mean, the one I got didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot. And
Run
I thought,
expensive.
yeah, if I buy a $300 keyboard and send this bill down to Oxford and tell them that's what I spent the money on, they're going to go, you did what? But
On a gaming keyboard.
On a gaming keyboard, explain that one. No, it was well less than 100, and you know, they did it okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So this column here, where the four is, what is that column there?
That is this right here. I multiplied that times that and got that.
Okay.
And then I did it all the way down and then I added them up.
Okay, so what is it? What are those figures represent?
This is the expected return, the overall expected return for the asset.
All right.
Okay, and that number is that number right there. Let me draw. Can I do this? I want the, well, I
And the
can't.
deviation column, what?
The deviation is this expected return. See that guy right there? That one minus that one. That one minus that one. That one minus that one.
Right.
And then I squared it. And now I'm going to multiply it times the probability. So I'm going to multiply that. About something. That times the probability, which is over here. 69. And I'm going to do that all the way down. And when I add that up, that's the variance. When I take the square root of that, which you have a key on your calculator for that, 716, that's your standard deviation. That there is a problem. There's one, because this is a lot of calculation. So there's only one, but there is a problem on the test that asks for both of those. So you definitely need to know how to do it. Okay, questions about it? Now, the solution to this is out there. And I've got it here. I can share it. But the solution, for each template, the solution is posted. Okay, let's look at
now the formula for variance. That's is it
that right there.
uh-huh.
Okay, that was the summation part of this.
Okay.
When I add them up, I get variance. Then I take the square root and I get standard deviation.
Okay. I saw something where you divide by the mean. What is that?
Divide by the mean.
By the population mean, I guess, or other
N minus one?
maybe.
Okay.
There were
If
two
you're-
different ones.
Okay, this one, here's the difference. This is for a probability distribution. The data is given like this.
Uh-huh.
This is expectational data. This is what I think is going to happen.
Right.
Okay, if it's historical data, then you don't have probabilities because you know what happened. You divide by n minus 1. There's no problem on the test that does that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the formula you need right here. Trust me. That's the difference though. Okay. Portfolio calculations. We've got a portfolio. It's got 5 assets in it. Those are the dollars invested and the expected return on each asset. And we're going to get the expected return on the portfolio. The little hat means it's expected. We don't know what it is. It's expected. We need the weights, the WIs. Anytime they give you dollars, you can't use that. You need, let me move my paper down here, weights. So to get that,
Divide each one by 40.
Yep.
Right.
Here's my divide, baby. Here it is, 40. 37.5. Do it all the way down. And obviously that should add up to 100. Now I've got both the parts. I've got the expected return and I've got the weight. Get you in the middle. There we go. So it's just a weighted average. I'm going to multiply. Boop, boop. And do that all the way down and add it up. 182. Anytime you see that weighted average like that, that's all you're going to do is multiply across and add down. Okay, let's look at the next one. This one looks a lot the same, and it is. Come on, be bigger. Be bigger. Okay, we got the same assets. This time we're looking for beta. I kind of split it apart this time. Okay, let's get these guys in the middle. Tidy this up. I still need the weights. Same reason as before. I need to know the percentage each one is of the portfolio. If these were on the same thing, the weights in those two are the same. Now here, I'm going to multiply the weight times beta. I'm going to do that all the way down. Add it up. There's the beta of the portfolio. Now this one, we're going to use, that was equation 4. This is equation 5 right here. And remember, pay attention. It's giving me the market return, which is this guy right here. If it gave me the market risk premium, I'd use this lower one. So I'm going to say the the required return on the portfolio is the risk-free rate plus, let me back off on that. Let me start that over. It's equal to the risk-free rate plus the return on the market, back down, minus the risk-free rate times beta. 10.72. There it is. So these two together here went through equations 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 from chapter 8. Questions? So far, so good? Okay. This is, we're looking at equation 4, portfolio beta. It's easy if, like the one we just did, we got the weights and we had the beta of each asset and we get the portfolio. Okay, in this case, that's exactly what we're given, the weights and the beta. So all we need to do is multiply across. And add down. There it is, 1.05. Now, this guy right here, they gave us shares, price, and the market value. We've got to get the weight. I'll put it over here because for some reason that one's kind of skinny. I need to know market value. Where's my one divided by that? Okay. I didn't do these very well, did I? There we go. Now I've got the weights. Remember, if you have dollars, you can't use it. You've got to have weights. Add that up. Well, it's not that kind of number. It's that kind of number. And it needs another digit. There we go. Anytime you've got, look up here at the formula. Let me hide these so you can.
What's the purpose of the shares and price in that? What's
They're
the
just trying to distract you.
Okay.
They might have given you that and not given you this, and then you needed to calculate it.
Right.
Sometimes these test bank problems will give you data that you don't need to try to kind of sucker you into using it. Okay. This one, we're going to look at it a different way. The beta of the portfolio, we know it's 1, and it's equal to 0.25 times 0, because risk-free rate doesn't have, plus 0.35 times 1.5 plus 0.4 times X. And you solve for X. And I think I'm gonna.
Now, is the majority of the test problems or?
I think it's 25 and 25 again.
Okay.
Yeah. You're solving. Let me go share the solution. Stop that share and share something else. I want to share something else. There's the template. Where's the solutions? There's the solutions. Share that one. Equation 4. This is easier than me writing it all out. Here's what you're setting up. This one's a little harder because you're looking to solve for something over on the right-hand side. So you follow the rules. You plug in everything you know, simplify. Well, the first, make it even bigger. That first component, 0.25 times 0 is 0. 0.35 times 1.5 is 0.525, and you've got 40x. So you subtract 0.525 from both sides. 0.475 is equal to 0.40x. Divide through. There you go. X is 1.1875. Okay. I'm going to go back and share the other one. Share the template. Seems to me like.
Why is it saying RF? What's that?
Risk-free rate.
Yeah.
So the risk-free rate doesn't have a beta.
Okay.
I'm going to do something a little different here. I think if I just say, share my screen, just share my screen. Wait a minute. Let me see if that won't work. Are you seeing the template again?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Instead of picking each thing to share, I'll just share the screen, whatever I've got up. Okay. Let's look at equation 5. This is CAPM. With CAPM, You need to pay attention again. Remember, market risk premium or return on the market. Okay, this first one. They're giving you the required return. So they're giving you what goes on the left over here. They're giving you the market risk premium. They're giving you the risk-free rate. You need to solve that for beta. I wonder if I can get them both up here at the same time. I bet I can. Let me play around here a minute and see if I can get everything up here. Okay. Move. I can't seem to grab it any place that'll move it. Well, I can move this one. Why can't I move this one? No place can I, oh, there we go. I'll find a way to move it. Okay, I want to go over. Okay, that's what I wanted. Because, go away. Why am I having so much trouble with this? There we go. I want to put the solution up there so I don't have to type the whole thing in. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. Because it's typed in better than I can do it. Just scratch that out. Okay, here's what you're setting up. And I can make it a little bigger. There we go. You're given that the required return is 14%. So that goes on the left-hand side. You're given the risk-free rate is equal to 4% plus you're given the market risk premium is 8 times beta. There you go. So you simplify. Subtract 4 from both sides. So you've got 10 is equal to 8 times beta. Divide through by 8. Beta is 1.25. Remember the rules for solving a linear equation. You substitute in everything you've got. You simplify. We substituted in right there. We simplified right there. You isolate the variable of interest, divide through by the coefficient of the variable of interest, and you get your answer. And I'll do it over here too. Maybe. Where's that? There we go. Okay. On this one, you want to solve the return on the market. You're, again, given the required return. These are making you solve for something that's on the right-hand side. You're given the required return. You're given beta. You're given the risk-free rate. You need to solve for the return on the market. Okay, here's what it looks like. I can make it bigger. And thing will not let me move it too much. Here we go. Can make this one a little bigger. Okay. There's how I want to set it up. Whoop, went too far. Here we go. Have I got everything? No, it doesn't look like I've got everything on there. Okay. I need a bigger screen. I want to get them side by side. Okay, there we go. Again, you're given the required return, 11. You're given the risk-free rate, 4. You have to put it in both places. The risk-free rate goes there, and it goes there too, times beta, which is 0.8. Okay, I've substituted in everything I know. First thing, I want to get 4 over on the left-hand side, so I subtract 4 from both sides. Then I want to multiply through. 0.8 times the return on the market. Well, I can divide through by, I can divide through by 0.8 first. Subtract that and I get a 7 over here. Then divide through by the 0.8. I get 875 is equal to the return on the market minus 4. Add 4 to both sides. How are y'all's algebra skills? This is pretty much algebra 1.
Yes. Mine
I
are
know.
good.
It was a while ago. I know. It was a while ago for me too, but I use it all the time. Okay, let me get over here. See if I can do this again. This thing is hard to deal with because I can't get right up to the top. Maybe if I move this. No, I didn't want that. Whatever I just did, I don't want it. I'll make it small again. Okay. Well, I'll just scoot on down and move over. Here you go. Okay. On C, you're given the required return, you're given beta, you've given the market return, you want to solve for the risk-free rate. You've got the same problem again. The risk-free rate occurs twice. I'm going to plug in everything I know. 15% is equal to the risk-free rate plus the market return 12 minus the risk-free rate times 1.4 beta. Okay. Plug in all your numbers. I am going to distribute this. 1.4 times 12 is 16.8 minus 1.4 times the risk-free rate. So over on the right-hand side, I've got 1 risk-free rate minus 1.4 risk-free rate, which leaves me a minus 0.4 risk-free rate plus 16.8. Subtract 16.8 from both sides, divide through by negative 0.4. Risk-free rate's 4.5. Y'all still with me?
Yes.
Okay, last one on this part. Required return 11.5, beta's at 1.25, risk-free rate's 4, solve for the market risk premium. Okay, this one's a little easier because you're just solving for the one thing. Same approach, substitute in everything I know, isolate the variable of interest. In this case, there's nothing to simplify. Move the 4 over to the left, subtract it. Then I've got 7.5 is the market risk premium times 125. Divide through by 1.25, market risk premium is 6. The basic rules. Okay, let's look at, well, this is the one I actually want. If I could get to it. Wonder how you make that thing go away. I want to move it, but I can't grab it anywhere.
You not grab it where it says chapter
There
right
you
there.
go. There, that let me have it. Good. Thank you. Okay. Let's go look at this one. That's the right one. That doesn't look right. Chapter 9:1. Galatians 5, chapter 9:1. That doesn't look like the one I've got, but it doesn't matter. Okay. ABC just paid a $2.50 dividend. Dividends expected to grow by 3% a year indefinitely. Risk-free rate is 4. Market risk premium is 7. Market risk premium is 7. And the firm's beta is 125. What's the price of the stock? Okay. You know what you're going to use. Bring the other one up. There's the solutions. I want to get it. There we go. I'm going to get it full sized. There you go. I'm going to get over here to the solution. There's the equation you need, constant growth model. We know that, right? Move that one down. You need that equation. They've given you D0 right there, and we've given you the growth rate, G. What am I missing? Required return. But we've given you the data to find required return using CAPM right here. So the first thing you need to do is find the required return. Risk-free rate plus 7 plus market risk premium times beta. Required return is 12.75. Now I'm ready to plug in to the constant growth model. D0 times 1 plus the growth rate over the required return minus the growth rate. There it is. Price is $26.41. Make sense?
Yes.
What have I got here? For some reason, I'm okay with it, but I don't know where I'm at. Oh, there's the one I want right there. Okay. This kind of puts two things all together because it makes you use chapter 9, required constant growth stock, and chapter 8, CAPM. So it kind of pulls it all together. Now, remember, chapter 8, what you need to watch for, return on the market, market risk premium. Chapter 9, D0, D1. They'll say firm ABC just paid a dividend, or firm ABC is expected to pay a dividend. If they paid it, it's D0. If they're expected to, it's D1. Okay. This one over here, I'm just going to go with the solutions. This one, you're given the answer, the thing is the same. It's still D0, but you're given the market risk premium. So be careful. Solving for required return, solve for the stock price. And I think the third one, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know. This one gives you D1 instead of D0 and the return on the market. Just to remind you to be careful. Be careful when you're looking at them. You got a pretty good amount of time on these tests. You know, you got 3 hours for it. And if we were in a normal class, you would only have an hour and 15 minutes. You would have normal class time for it. So you're kind of getting a break on it. Okay, look at free cash flow. I'm getting little email pop-ups. My MBA class has got an Excel assignment due at midnight, and they're emailing about it. Yeah. Okay, in this one, company is reporting free cash flow for this year of $600 million. They think it's going to grow at a constant rate of 2%. Cost of capital is 8.5. The market value of their debt and preferred is $725 million. They have 350 million shares outstanding. Basically, same formula. There it is. Let me bring it down there. This is FCF 0. It's just like D0. So it's times 1 plus the growth rate over the required return, weighted average cost of capital, minus the growth rate. But the important thing is what you get is the value of the firm. We need the value of equity. So we have to subtract the market value of debt and preferred and then divide by the number of shares. That's how we get that. Am I going too fast for you or are we okay?
Could you just show me like the word problem that links to that?
How it would be worded? Okay, it would say, ABC company reports free cash flow of $600 million for the current year. They're expecting their free cash flow to grow at a constant rate of 2% for the foreseeable future. The company's weighted average cost of capital is 8.5%. They have 725 million of debt and preferred outstanding and 350 million shares outstanding. What is the value of a share of stock?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so you said it's expected to. Wow. Okay, you said that's FC 0, but why wouldn't it be 1? Because you said it's expected to grow.
Well, that's what it is right now, and it's expected to grow.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Okay, here's the next one. And we can go do the templates if you want to, but since I very neatly already filled it in here. Okay, this is another one. Company's current free cash flow for the current year, 400 million. They're expecting it to grow at 2.5 million a year for Infinity. Cost of capital is 8%. Market value of debt and preferred 650, and they have 200 million shares outstanding. Again, when you find that, you have got the market value of the firm. We want to know a share price, so we need to take out the value of debt and preferred and then divide by the number of shares. And that's what these do. It's tiny up there, but I'm following that formula right there. And then I'm subtracting the 650, and then I'm dividing by 200. And this is all posted out there, and you can go look at it. You can see it. I mean, I didn't plug the numbers in. I actually did calculate them. So you can go see how I did it. Okay, this one, the firm expects their free cash flow next year to be 750 million and for it to grow at 3.5% forever. Cost of capital is 10%. Market value of debt and preferred 725. They have 350 million shares outstanding. Okay, here I don't have to multiply. I'm given FCF1. There we go. There's a little formula. Cost of capital, growth rate, value of the firm, subtract the value of debt and preferred, divide by the number of shares, and I get a share price. Oh, about to get to the good ones. Historically, no one on the planet likes these. And they come up again in future classes and nobody likes it. But there they are. And it's going to be on this one too. Okay, here's how this would read. ABC Company just paid a dividend of $2.50. They're expecting supernormal growth. So they expect their growth next year to be 30%. The following year, 25, and the year after that, 20%. And then they expect growth to level out at 6% a year forever. Required return on the firm is 8%. What's their stock price? Okay. If you can get this thing set up right here, you can do it in your calculator. Oh, I hear the boys, or one of the
I hear
boys.
it.
I have no idea what they're seeing. And I'm not going to go find out. And if I speak to them, it won't help. Let me just say that. They're very cute. Cute, cute. Okay, here's D0 right here. That's all we're going to use it for, is to find D1. So it's 250 times 1.30. 3.25 times 1.25. 4.063 times 1.2. 4.875 times 1.06. We're only going to use this one to find this. Now, here's the logic behind this. Think about the basic equation. And I will write it here. P0 is equal to D1, 1 divided by R minus G, right? Okay, think about that. What that's saying is that encapsulates the value of D1 and everything beyond it. So right here, D4 takes care of D4 and everything beyond it. So I need P3, and I'm going to get it with D4. This is where the problems arise. This right here is equal to 5.168 divided by, where do I go? 0.08 minus 0.06. That, well, I didn't want that. I wanted. This is what I get for not being on my own computer. There we go. I wanted you to see how I'm getting it. Yeah. I'm using this right here, and I get that. Now down here, remember, we're not using this for anything else either. It's out because it's history. We're worried about the future. So this one is that one. This one is that one. This one is that one plus that one, because this is D3 and this is P3. So we have to tell the calculator they both occur at the same time.
Yes.
Put that in your calculator and you got it. Are we good? Are we good with doing that in the cash flow worksheet?
Yeah, I think I already know how to do it, but
I mean, I don't mind doing it. I hear him, he's right there at the door. But okay.
you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, where'd you go, mommy? They really like mama being home. This is like really good.
They're loving it.
Oh, they do. They are so spoiled. It occurs once. In cash flow 3, this is you can do the add right here. 2.8375 plus 4.875 equals, that's cash flow 3, 1, NPV, I is 8. There it is. So the key to the whole deal is, come on, go down, go. There. If you get this part set up, you're in your calculator and you're good to go. Okay. How about, make it a little bit smaller so I can get it on the screen. There. Same exact setup. Now, how do you feel about these? Do we need to go back to the template and let you work one yourself?
Hey, would it always be in, I guess, 3 that we're looking for? Or is that
No, no, not necessarily. All my examples, I think, are 3. Yeah, all my examples are 3 because I'm lazy and I have one little template here and I use it. It could be anything. I can make one that's longer and post it out there tonight, but all that would happen would be if it had non-constant growth one more year, 5, you'd use D5 to find P4. You're always using the first constant growth dividend to find the price at what they call the horizon. The horizon is when it starts permanent growth. Let me get back over to the template. Well, I'm going to get over here to 1. Non-constant. That's the one we just. No, there you go. Okay, you guys work that one. Go try it. Tell me what you get.
Okay.
They seem to. Tell me when you get a number.
Yeah. Oh,
No, that's not the one. Oh, seriously. This one is the one here. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is going to be equal to that divided by that, which I should have put there, minus that. I should have put that right there. What am I not getting? Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. And I'll cheat again and use NPV. Okay, anybody get the right answer?
so when you doing 175 times negative 1.1 time point. Okay.
1.75 times 1 plus whoop, boop, boop,
0.06.
1 plus a negative 0.06.
Mm.
Be careful of the negative.
Yeah.
So it's basically $1.75 times 0.94.
Right.
Mhm. These are not easy. I'd be lying if I said they were. And nobody likes them. And they're considered a fundamental concept in finance. But once you get this thing set up, the main problem comes right over here. Using that one to find that, and then not using either one of those again.
You said the main problem is what now?
Finding finding that number right there,
Mm-hmm.
the horizon value. See, and then these two go together. Go away. There.
Mm-hmm.
Those two go together to be cash flow 3. Because they both occur at time 3.
Okay, so that formula P, what exactly is that?
That's the price at time 3 is equal to the dividend at time 4. This is D4 right here. That's D4 right there. So I want, excuse me, I'm hoarse, I guess. Want the price at time 3, which will take care of D4 and everything beyond it. So cash flow 3 is going to be these two together. That's how I get this. It's that plus that.
So P3, you get
D4 divided by the required return. I am
so
getting
it's 1.771 divided by the rate minus growth. All right.
divided by 0.08 minus 0.045.
Okay.
That's how I got it. I don't know what came over me there. It's a horse. You kidding? I live in Memphis. I have sinus trouble. Okay, everybody see where I got all the numbers?
Yes.
Good. Okay, we got another one. Y'all want to try another one or you want to move on? Okay, go for it. $20, 15. I got a couple more of these. Actually, I got 2 or 3 more of these because while y'all are working on that. Anything I want to do in review set 3. Horn Lake Company. Okay, let me bring up the solution. $175. 220.55. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the one we're working, right? Yeah. I think over on the template. Now, see, over on the template, it's got it written like a word problem. See? But over on the solution, all I've done is just plug in the numbers.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually see what a word problem would look like. But over on the solution, there you go. Just want y'all to make sure you can get the right number.
Okay.
Not, what time is it? 8:49. Yeah, okay. Yeah. 8:30. Yeah, there's several of these in this set right here for you to practice on and be sure. I don't think there's but one of these on the test because again, it's a lot of calculation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like find the required return using CAPM and here's half the data. You know, it's not that easy.
Okay.
Okay, you get 9135, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna go over here. No, I don't need resources. I need Blackboard. I'm gonna go get something else. Chapters 8 and 9 exercises. Here we go. I want this one. And this one, the templates and the solution are all together. Yeah, save it, I guess. I think it'll open. Because I want to do a particular one of these before we use up our hour.
Okay.
Come on, let's open.
Well,
If you look on these, there's a whole bunch more of these. Well, there's the one I'm after. There we go. Put this one down for a minute back here. There's a lot more of these that are non-constant growth in that set 2 for you to practice on. Now, the reason I want to go over here to set 3, I want to look at, oops, that's the wrong one. I want set 3. I don't know what that is. And I don't want to install iTunes. I want set 3. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the one I want to look at. Because this is a case where it's non-constant growth of free cash flow. But when it's free cash flow, a lot of times they don't give you a non-constant growth percent. They just tell you, we think free cash flow in the first year is going to be, next year is going to be 12. And we think the next year it's going to be a -7. And we think the next year it's going to be 16. And we think the year after that, it's finally going to be a constant growth. So they kind of set everything up for you. The only one you need to calculate is this one. Here's the plus. After that, you're doing exactly the same thing. We're calling it horizon value 3. It's the same thing as the price at time 3. It's the value of the firm at time 3. I'm going to use free cash flow 4. There it is, divided by required return minus the constant growth rate. And I'm going to put these in. This one's going to be 0. This one is going to be 12. This one's going to be -7. And this one's going to be 16 plus the 235. Required return is 10%. Now, when I get the number here using, I am going to, let me go get this. Net present value again. The rate is 10%. And yeah, no, I entered too many arguments. Sorry about that. Let me do it again. The rate is 10% and the values are 1 through 3. Okay, that's the market value of the firm. I need to subtract the market value of debt and divide by number of shares. $7.20 a share. So I wanted you to see one of these that's done like this. And the solution is right next to it. Whoops, that wasn't the solution for that one. Sorry about that. There's the solution. Now, I think we've hit on all the types of problems that are going to be on there. You've got your formula sheet, which is right there. Weighted average, weighted average, weighted average, CAPM. In chapter 9, these are from the textbook, but here's the main ones. Constant growth. This is your free cash flow one, but basically it's just the same formula, but you're using free cash flow. This breaks that formula down into dividend yield and capital gains yield. Because capital gains yield is just the growth rate. I mean, that's all capital gains is, the change in price. And this is preferred stock down here. So how do you feel? You think you're ready to go?
Yeah. Yep.
Show thumbnail video, show. I want the, how do I get my whole thing?
Hour. It didn't seem like an hour.
Well, it's 8:56.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, stop sharing. Yeah, I know.
All right. Thank
If
you.
you're studying tonight, if this is recording, as soon as I get, they send me an email, it's rendered, whatever that is. And I will post it out there for you. If you have any questions, I'm going to be up a while because I'm answering questions for my MBA class who has, they've had this assignment for a while, but all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, Dr. Kugley will give us feedback. Whoa, we need to email her. Yeah, you know how that works. So I'm getting a lot of, which is fine. That's just fine. Good luck on the test, guys.
All right.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay. Email me if you have any questions. I'm here.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.